All right, I assume we are getting ready to go almost. Everybody should hear us.
Hey, hey.
This should be a really good match. All right, countdown is starting. So we got, on the left, we got Kaii, we got Bliss. I think it's 7th seed and 10th seed in this tournament.
Yeah, it's gonna be a very exciting match because they're pretty close in skill level, and all it takes is one player to be at the top of their game and maybe the other to be not at the top of their game, and they can take it, right? It's gonna be a very close match.
Yeah, we saw some really wild RNG in the game that just happened with Joven's game, so booze can leave. Things can go sideways.
Oh yeah, it was tragic, some of that. So hopefully, for the runner's sake, none of that happens here, but you never know. The mansion does have ears. You never know.
Don't scream for Mario too loudly, lest they know you're coming for them.
And it looks like we have started. So yeah, both of these runners, Bliss is a pretty seasoned runner, been playing for a couple of years now. And Kai's kind of a newer runner on the block the last year or so, and he's really improved in skill. So really, it's anyone's game. As long as maybe Bliss has some pretty unfortunate things and Kai just plays at the best he can, that's all. That can be the deal breaker.
Looks like Bliss's timer is running, it's just really desynced or something, so I'll probably get that sorted out pretty soon. Both runners are off to a wonderful start. First area of Luigi's Mansion, broken up into 4 areas. First one's kind of samey, not too much fancy tech until the very end of it.
Yes, I believe both of these runners do go for Chauncey one cycle, which is the new strat where you can, as it's aptly called, Chauncey one cycle. So if they both land it, they'll be good. If one person lands it, then they'll have a pretty big advantage early on here, which could be pretty important.
Seems like most people in the bracket voting think that Bliss is gonna win, like 88% or 86%. Is it that much? You think it's gonna be that close?
I mean, I'm a Bliss supporter just because I know I've been following him for a long time. Not that Kai isn't capable, but
We got a missed double here. Bliss takes the lead just by a smidge. Cycles are very important in this game. In Area 1, a little less so because there's not too many of them, but whenever you can get a double, you're going to want to get a double.
oh yeah, overlapping those animations and just trying to capture as many ghosts at the same time as you can, it really does add up. And also the twirl animations, one of those micro optimizations that, unless you know what you're looking for, you wouldn't really notice it, but there's different animations when you capture the ghosts. Sometimes it looks like a wave, and that's a little bit slower. But if you get a twirl, you'll notice it, and they'll kind of spin right into the vacuum and get sucked up really nicely, and that's a great animation. You always love to see that.
And the little wiggle they're doing also speeds it up a little more.
Were they... I don't know if my stream is off sync, but it looked like at the door there they were frame perfect with each other.
Yeah, it's not the first time we've seen that. It is right neck and neck from what I'm seeing. Neville is in the vacuum at the exact same time.
I was almost going to say, I can't tell if it's two different streams, but then I saw Bliss was facing towards the door and Kai was facing towards the chest. I'm like, ah, okay. It is two runners after all.
Now this room has a lot of lag in it. They're going to keep the flashlight off to reduce it.
Yeah, it's pretty laggy because it actually loads 2 rooms at the same time here. You could see Toad's little head peeking out there in the window. So when you come into this room here, Lydia's room, it actually loads that little balcony, and that's what causes the lag.
Yeah, and you can see outside too. I think you can even catch a glimpse of the gravestone where Bogmire is later.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of stuff happening out that window. So here we have the Laser Crusader strat to activate the rocking horse without listening to Chauncey's dialogue. Staying just out of range of the trigger.
And it looks like they both get it.
Heading into the first big reset point of the run.
Yeah, I tried to learn Chauncey one cycle. I got it one time in practice and I felt really good and I could never get it again, and I said, you know what? Maybe it's not for me. Maybe I'll just stick to the 2 cycle. Can get a good time without it, right? You don't need it, but both of these runners, well practiced, they know what they're doing, they're gonna go for it, and hopefully both of them get it.
Yeah, it saves, I think, about 30 seconds, a little more than that, if you get it perfectly. Had some runners agree not to do it because of how random it is and polarizing it can be. Normally, Chauncey forces a 2 cycle, but this brand new trick found not too long ago. Let's see if we get to see it.
Bliss doesn't get it.
Miss for
Ooh,
both.
yeah, miss for both. So
Like
they
Bliss was a little
stay.
late, and
Yeah.
Kaii was a little early.
Get both sides of it. You get to see how it really is that tight. And they're still neck and neck here. No one gets out of area 1 with the fabled legendary Chauncey one cycle.
Getting hit here mostly to lose your money, but also to store iframes. Because if you're invincible, it makes it easier to catch this ball here. Bliss getting the instant shot.
And Kaii missing that second ball catch, but still neck and neck. Nothing. It's just 1 ER away and takes the lead again.
Money is not important in this run. Kaii has 3 coins, Bliss has 11. Most importantly, you don't want to pick up any bills in Area 1 because everything that you get requires just a little more time on the area screen to tick through and count. The less you have, the faster that goes.
So a little interesting thing I learned, I can't remember when, but when you hear these like little metal pings once they start, both Luigi and EGAD start walking, you hear these little metal pings, and they actually time up perfectly for EGAD's steps. So that they're kind of his steps if you listen carefully.
Yeah, I think I noticed that at some point. And you reminded me. I actually forgot that. There's also a visual glitch I've only just started seeing here. There's the lights on top of the press there on the left. They're weird, but in a second they'll fix themselves on the left. Boom. They just like snap together.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, yeah. I never noticed that before. Wow.
Now I can never unsee it.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Yeah.
so many weird things happening in that cutscene.
This game is, as I've experienced playing it over the years and speedrunning it over the years, it is truly broken. Like sometimes you just get random crashes at random points and like little things like that, and it's times like that when I remember it's like this was the first game for the GameCube. It was a launch title and it was pushing the system. So I mean, I guess it'll have those things, right?
Yeah, you know it's... Oh, here we got a double in the... what is this, bathroom? Neither of them going for the task double.
A flashy strat that we saw Joven, if you were watching the other race for tonight. Very flashy strat, but very difficult. Very easy to mess up.
Now we're moving on to the ballroom. Should see 6-piece from both of these runners, you'd expect?
Yeah, I would say they're both going to go for it. They're both pretty confident in it, and hopefully they both get ER as well. So, yep, they're both going for it.
Kaii didn't take damage from that first set of Shy Guys. I'm not familiar with this strat, so we'll see.
Ooh.
It's fine to me.
Beautiful 6-piece from Bliss, and a little... Kai had to readjust, but he still gets it and was still very good. Let's see if they get ER. Could be an early lead. Ooh, Bliss gets it. Love to see it.
Kai missing out.
And the game rejects Kai and says, nope, you know what?
Supposedly a 50-50 chance, but superstitious people would, you know, probably say it's worse.
50-50% of the time works every time, I swear.
Not for me, though. Bliss is going to be setting up the poster skip here. Sitting next to the wall. Luigi's tapping his feet. Hear that suck up. Avoid having to pull that poster later, saves time. It's probably one of the first, like, tricks, glitches, whatever you want to call them, that I think you can learn. Like, it's really easy. And really satisfying.
Yeah, it's mostly a position-based thing. It's... You kind of just get in the right spot, walk into the wall and aim your vacuum up and keep going, and if you have the right angle, you will get it. And it does stay...
It's also one of those tricks that, like, after you clear the room, you can still try to do it to practice it. You don't need to do it in the middle of the cycle.
Saves about, I want to say, 5 or 6 seconds or so, but it matters. Those times add up. It's one of those games where the small optimizations really do add up.
Speaking of small optimizations, we have a 30-second time swing or so split coming up based purely on RNG.
Yes, Fire Split is... It's one of those splits you think you're on a good pace and then you're like, oh wait, what? How am I plus 30? What? I thought my RNG was good. So I've learned in my time to just kind of take it as it comes, and there's still the whole run left. Bad RNG does not mean bad run, at least at this point.
Gets a free tech skip here if he can pull the boo fast enough.
Yeah, the perfect RNG. And he gets it. Very nice.
That's huge. This room is one of the worst for, like, between the best you can get and the worst you can get. Kai not even gonna go for it.
Yeah, the other one was in the table, so he doesn't really get the option to.
The game said no. You can tell if it's in the table based on if there's a lump under the sheet. It's a very minor detail that I played for dozens of hours before I actually knew that meant something. I thought it was just a feature of the game. Perfect RNG in the anteroom here, though.
Yeah, some pretty good RNG for this split so far for Bliss. Gonna take that lead and run with it.
I saw a boo double from, or an attempted boo double from Joven earlier. I don't think we're gonna see one of those, probably for the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, and I mean, these two runs are pretty close in time, so I mean, unless Bliss is feeling really confident and really risky, maybe he's like, you know what, maybe I'm gonna go for it, but no, as we see, just a regular single, not gonna risk it.
I'm excited to see the breaker room strat with Bliss flexing pulling the boo across the room there, ends up right next to the door.
Kai's still only about 15 or so seconds behind, really not that bad.
Yeah, you'd expect it to be a little worse considering the lack of a tech skip at all.
So now
yeah, he got better luck everywhere else though.
We've got the 5 boos, and now we can say hello to Toad. Not really, we're just coming for the key. Sorry, my friend. Thanks for unlocking the bathroom, though.
Everybody wave goodbye to Toad, and then we're gonna see Toad immediately again on Kai's screen. We get to say goodbye all over again. That is one of the redeeming things about Max Percent, is that you don't feel bad for leaving the Toads, even though the rest of it is a mess.
Yeah, you have to save them. You have to You have to cheer him up and be their Mario in shining armor. I mean, Luigi in shining armor.
They're Chris Pratt in shining armor.
Looks like Kai did get blessed by the hallway mouse. We love to see it.
Yeah, apparently there's several different nicknames for that. My pet name is Angie because it's a pun off of RNG. It sounds similar.
See, I love that now. Now I just kind of start calling it that because it's a little funny. It's a little cute.
Bliss getting quite screwed on this RNG here. Oh, this could be bad. He got bonked. Is the Boo gonna leave?
Ooh, barely gets him.
He's gonna have to back into the thing.
And he still salvages it. Very nice.
So, by touching that metal, see if Kai gets this. Whoop, we're fine. By touching that metal while catching the Boo, you're able to hold it and technically collect it without EGAD knowing about it. So you can save and quit because you caught the Boo, and then EGAD doesn't tell you about how to use the medallion because we're speedrunners, we know how to use the medallion. So Bliss already got his fire, missing a candle there. Moving into the room that you would go to after the mirror room and completing the puzzle there. Not too much of a big deal saving time on that strat, but it sets up this butler cycle later in the hallway.
And
Nice.
gets to walk down the hall with the mouse. Very, very nice.
Ideally, the butler is right by the corner, and you can light the candles immediately, but on a bad cycle, it is all the way down the hall near the Toad bathroom. That also means you're, like, against the clock in this part, too, because you're trying to clear laundry room while that guy's coming down the hall.
Yeah, very true. Any mistake in this laundry room here, such as like a missed double, you've really got to be kicking it into high gear to make sure you don't miss that butler cycle, because if you do, it's about a 40-second time loss. It's very slow. And Bliss gets the hat animation skip here, so he's not going to see the chest spawn in where it stops Luigi. Very nice. And Kai gets it as well.
Kai can open the chest beforehand so that it won't actually zoom in on it when he goes back. Beautiful. Both.
Yeah, so both runners are playing on the Japanese version of the game, which allows them to... It's an exclusive trick where when they catch these boos here, they can just walk right into the mouse hole and swoop right in. Because normally on English, you wouldn't be able to do that. Oh, the poison mushroom. He avoids it. Now, hidden room. A very, very run-killing room for a lot of people. It's tight. There's a lot of ghosts here. There's the bats. A lot can go wrong.
Kai doing a little bit of a simpler strat there, not involving any Game Boy horror scare skips. Bliss going for several, so that does speed that room up a little bit.
And they both make quick work. Make quick work of that hidden room there.
No soft lux today.
I always love burning the door, that fake door there, just for fun.
Oh yeah. Taking it out on that door specifically, not that I ever fell for it. I might have, but I definitely have fallen for others. That was one of the unexpected things of playing PAL for the first time, is it's all mirrored and you actually do get turned around and open fake doors.
Yeah, I'm afraid to attempt PAL because I know it'll just go... I'll just not know where I'm going and try to go left when I'm supposed to go right and be like, ah! And then the boos, and oh yeah, it's just... PAL is a much harder version in the Hidden Mansion, at least. Oh boy.
Yeah, Nintendo was not kidding around there.
So Melody here, this Portrait Ghost, she can play one of two songs. She can play either the Water Song, which is the fast option, or Mario 3. Bliss gets Mario 3, so he's going to have to move up one and select the last option. And it looks like Kaii got water.
Pretty good music sheets for both of them. Melody being a little weird for Kaii. Going right up against the wall.
This is still a very close match. I'm glad this is going as I expected it to, because I knew it was going to be very close.
Yeah, even with the tech skip early, Kai's pulled it back with some really good RNG and just execution perfectly on par with Bliss. The first mistake, I think the first big mistake by either of them might carry quite far into the run, based on how consistent they're both doing.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if it goes as far as
More
like
golden mice.
the kitchen mouse. I always love this one. I wouldn't be surprised if it's as tight as into Area 4 with like Grimly or Breakerboo, because I think both runners would attempt it, and those are two very big deciding factors.
Can also go for a tech skip in this room as well, if the RNG allows. Bliss setting it up. Needs to water the door. Oh, it's in the table.
No tech skip for Bliss.
Kaii also having the same problem. That boo does not want to get dragged. There we go. Dragging boos and just kind of interacting with everything in this game is very, very nuanced. It's got a surprising amount of depth to it, even if you just like play it honestly without tricks and stuff.
Yeah, well, with the recent developments with like King Boo 1 cycle and Chauncey 1 cycle, those tricks are pretty difficult, but for the most part, this game is very easy to pick up in a speedrunning sense, where it's like you just kind of need to know where to go in what order and like memorize ghost spawns and just learn things like R pumping, and you're pretty much set to run. There's no really, other than the 2-1 cycle tricks, like there's no real intense tricks. That was a wide double for Kaii.
Yeah, I thought he was bad off because he flashed the guy so early, but apparently you can be 20 feet in the air and still get sucked up.
I guess skeletons they're unique like that. You never know. Once you're a skeleton, you can just... Yeah, I don't know.
Luigi's a wizard. Yeah, the Kaii watering the plant for good luck. I absolutely do that, because 100% creeping in the muscle memory, but it's also just like you got nothing else to do there.
You've got the time, you might as well help the mansion out a little bit. You're gonna be owning it at the end of the game anyway.
I'm scared of Ogmire here. Being careful.
Keeping that control, manages that 1 cycle. Let's see it for Kaii.
Ooh.
Oh, breaks off at less than 10.
Lots of time bent over there. That's exactly what Bliss did not want to see. And prevented. He almost got bonked again by the shadow. Yeah, when Bogmire starts dragging you early, he pulls you out of that corner. I guess as much as a corner it can be in a round arena, but he pulls you out of there, and he could start going everywhere.
It's still not the biggest time loss to 2-cycle Bogmire. Granted, he doesn't go like all the way across the arena. It only averages about 6 to 8 seconds. It's a lot shorter than you would think.
Oh yeah, losing Bogmire, easily the least important boss ghost, and probably portrait ghost in general. The one you don't care the most about. It was a long time before I really started to get bummed out about losing 2-cycle Bogmire, or 1-cycle Bogmire.
Yeah, it feels a lot more important than it is, but you always want a 1 cycle, and it's the speedrunner's dilemma, you know? You're like, I want to go fast, I want it to be perfect. Okay, Area 3. There's a lot of backtracking in this area later on, but for now we're going to the courtyard. And we're gonna see our brother. He sent us that message, and where is he? We haven't found him yet.
Chris Pratt is missing. Yeah, we're gonna go look for. Keep him. That's why Luigi's here. He doesn't actually care about the money. He's just. Just imagine being in King Boo's shoes. Like, this guy walks into the mansion and beats up all your cronies and, like, catches you within an hour.
To quote
Razes
King
the
Boo
mansion to the
himself,
ground.
you come in here, start schleep, slurp, slurping, vacuuming all over the place. King Boo is not impressed.
He fears the vacuum, not Luigi. I'm
Oh,
pretty sure
who would fear Luigi? It's only the vacuum.
in all of the other games, he's just like, Luigi, you're just, like, annoying, but the vacuum is actually what I'm afraid of.
So yeah, this is the Mario's letter. Is in the birdhouse for whatever reason. All of his items are in a lot of weird places, but we don't question it. We're trying to save him. So
Is that a birdhouse? It is. I thought, for some reason, I always thought it was a mailbox, but it's also in the back garden, so.
yeah, I guess it makes sense because all those like little floating things are like, I think they're called flying fish, but I always kind of thought of them as like little birds.
Mm-hmm.
So Bliss
Reading this room can be very important for Bliss. Tea room. Whoop. That guy is causing problems. Kaii having problems shooting the door through the floor. This door's on fire, and if you shoot it from below, it's extinguished by the time. Wow. Wow,
Ooh.
that boo.
Nice reads by Bliss, and he's gonna thread the needle here with that medallion, because if you touch it, and he's gonna... Ooh, misses the tech skip, but that's okay. Great read.
Yeah, he did have to, like, get close and move away, otherwise I don't think he would have pulled the sheet away. Because he didn't pull it as far as usual.
Yeah, Kai's still noticing that there was a spot before he grabbed the medallion. Checks it first. Now it looks like that Boo is... He knows that Boo is right to his left somewhere.
Man, I don't have the guts to check the chairs with, like, Luigi himself. I always use the vacuum. Kaii got the tech skip.
Now Petunia, a deceivingly... Her pull is very hard. I've seen very good runners, on occasion, drop her, and you just get flabbergasted because she's pretty easy to suck up, but like a couple wrong pulls in the wrong direction and she'll just break right off.
Yeah, shenanigans with the walls, and especially that divider between the bathroom, the tub, and everything else. Like, she'll get diagonal there and mess stuff up. Haven't seen one this tournament, though. It's probably going to be at least one. Bad RNG for Bliss, all the way across the room here. Nanaboo. Get rid of that pearl.
Yeah, Bliss noticing those pearls could cause some trouble, readjusting there. He's gonna try to drag this key. Oh, and he gets it. I love that. I love when runners overlap a Boo with a key. Very nice.
Kai's in a weird position here because he can't pull the key unless he goes around the Boo.
He's gonna try it.
Close. Not all the way there.
Almost.
That angle looks good to me for Bliss on the right.
Yeah, should be okay. Yeah, I always do it in my runs. I'm like, it's okay, and then it ends up not being. Oh, and he bonks.
Yeah, Luigi likes to aim at weird angles when you pull that Shy Guy mask off, and I think he was aiming straight down after that. The elevation difference in this room is subtle, but causes problems.
Bliss
Didn't get the triple.
Didn't get the triple.
This room also wastes a lot of time. Like, look at Kai. He's already caught up here. He got the triple. Because again, this game is heavily cycle-based, and just because you miss the double, it delays the entire next cycle.
Yeah, they're only about 10 seconds apart now. And now, for Luigi's next trick, he's going to kill the moon from orbit. You're gonna see it, folks. Luigi has that power.
One of my favorite weird things to point out is that the things you actually shoot at the moon are ghosts. They have little faces.
Yes, it's very true. They look like that. The devs did a very good job at making them look like stars, but they are actually ghosts.
Oh,
Oh,
that's right on the edge. I think he's got it, though.
oh, and he gets it. And Kai also getting it pretty quickly there.
This run, race, has, like, cinched right back up. They're right next to each other again.
There's still plenty of RNG left in this area because now it's going to be a lot of backtracking back to Area 1 and just to collect boos because we need 20 boos in order to fight Bulossus, which is the area boss for this area. So, and you can get a lot of, you can get Van Gore-Tex, which are really slow. Every runner hates them. It's my least favorite thing.
I can't wait to hear about Van Gore.
Oh yeah, it's like I've never played this game before. Like you should tell me everything you got. It's not like I'm a speedrunner or anything.
I saw the comparison made, like in this category, Area 3 feels kind of like Area 4 and 100%, where it's just RNG heavy. Sometimes you don't get to decide how fast you're gonna go. And maybe the execution isn't as bad in this area, but like you said, Van Gore-Tex and all kinds of boost spawns. We got 5 coming up in here. 6 actually, if you count Clairvoyant.
Yeah,
I'm trying to collect all of Mario's items in this area too. We've already got the hat and the letter, and we just got the star. Now we're looking for his glove and shoe. One of them's in here. It's the only reason we do this room.
I did always like this room conceptually more than like the mirror room because I liked how it feels a little scary not knowing where the ghosts are and you can only see them with the light of the projector there.
And the screen like has a spooky message on it.
So
whoa,
Bliss,
that boo just went right through the vacuum suction for Kai.
Yeah, Kai really threaded that one there, and so it looks like so Kai didn't get it, but Bliss did get it. You're gonna see here this text box pops up. He gets he gets a skip there where he collects the glove late enough as he's sucking up the boo, where he can save and quit without getting the text box and having to talk to EGAD for a little extra second there.
Yeah, the mirror warp of shame, but Kai does have fire now. Bliss incorporated getting more fire with that boo catch, but sometimes the boo's not in the back of the room. Might be in the lamp, it's in the lamp. Now it moved.
I think because Kai aimed a little down there, it didn't check that chair in the back. And now
Time
the
for
twins.
the best sound in the game.
As Bliss would say, yoo-hoo!
I think that's the most reasonable interpretation of what they're actually saying. Because in the English version, I think it's subtitled as okay.
Yes, I think you're right, actually. I remember that now. So Bliss is going to go for the double here, it looks like. Yeah, they're pretty close. It's a decent setup for it.
Oh,
yeah. The vacuum.
Gotta dodge Henry, though. He's drifting around and
He's
around.
coming! He's coming! Slowly but surely, he's coming for you.
Kai going for the safe strat. Henry first, pull him into the corner so Orville doesn't dive bomb you. Honestly feels like pretty decent boo luck this run overall. I think Orville dropped his pearl out of bounds. Maybe my eyes are deceiving me. Maybe it's on top of the desk.
Oh, did that boo already leave for
It
Kai?
might have left.
Oh, it just walked right out of there, said, you know what? Nah. And now Kai's actually gonna have a hard time reading Chauncey's boo here. Because when you walk right in, you can tell if the boo's to your left or right. So he's just gonna have to blindly check.
2 spots down low, but I think he's got one right next to him right now. Heads up to get next to that cabinet so that he can make the radars flash. Oh,
Ooh.
no.
Ooh. Oh, and he dodges that mushroom. Whew, that was scary for a second there.
Yeah, mushrooms don't immediately, I think, damage you. Bliss getting another tech skip there.
It is neck and neck. This is a nail biter, honestly. It's gonna come down. Boo losses. If one person doesn't 2-cycle, and if one person does, then they'll have a little bit. They'll be able to take a little breather and be like, "Whew, okay, got a little bit of time here." This is a nail biter, folks.
I think this is the closest one we've seen so far. We had Afroman and Mega Lightning being completely synced for a very long time earlier on, but I don't think it lasted this long.
And now we get to talk to the Fortune Lady, Clairvoya. And I know a lot of people, including myself, for a long time, thought that the bandana around her mouth were her lips. It's not true. It's a bandana.
Oh, yeah. I thought the eye painted on the bandana was teeth.
Yeah, like you would think it's like, oh, it's a ghost. Maybe it's a little ghastly. I don't know. I don't know what Clairvoya did in her non-ghost life. But no, it is a little mask there. Yeah, we just gonna have to mash through each of the items that we collected of Mario's. I guess normally the game wants you to come one at a time and talk to her about it, but we need to capture Clairvoya now in order to get to Boo Losses, so we just kind of have to go through 2 minutes of mashing, and usually you're tired by the end of it, and you're like, wow, thank everything, that's over, oh, wow, and then now you get to capture her.
Yeah, plenty of time to start getting stressed about the rest of the run.
Oh, I usually get stressed about how I'm being slow at mashing. I get stressed in Area 4 when I have to walk up to Grimly and everything.
Yeah. Bliss getting horrible RNG in here. They get moved out of the right side right as he checked it.
And Kai with good luck.
Off. This boo not the worst to lose to the hallway, but if it goes right, it feels bad.
Now, if he goes out into the hallway, he kind of goes like center all the way to the left past the double doors. It's a little... I don't like it as much, but...
Yeah, it's not as kind as losing the twins boo.
And now both runners here, not forgetting the ice, as parents around the globe rejoice. Don't forget the ice, folks.
Yeah, I did that like 2 weeks ago for the first time, and I haven't felt that bad in a while.
Yeah, you get all the way up to Safari Room and you're like, oh, I needed the ice. And you do the walk of shame back down. We've all done it.
Kai doing a little bit of damage to that guy. First one. Bliss setting up the double. Can he spawn the guy? Perfectly. Textbook room from Bliss. Ideally, you hit these guys with the ice as they're spawning in. No double for Kai.
Ooh.
Don't get hit. Okay. Don't get tripped by the banana peel.
Yeah. That key slinging right past Bliss.
Yeah, this room's not that bad if you do it correctly, but it spirals pretty quickly with both of the what do they call it? Garbage can ghosts. Lots of
Ooh,
bananas really fast.
Kai almost interrupting that boo collection with the key there and knowing that he had to go back a little bit, and he just postponed it enough so that he gets out there in good shape.
Okay, Bulosis can be super random. Ghosts can get stuck behind the statue. They can just go straight up and not let you hit them with the ice.
You could have a bad ice spawn where by the time you go to collect it, it's all the way out of the arena and you have to wait for it to come back, and now your cycle is messed up. You have less time. One of the more frustrating bosses, and I know casually a lot of people hate this one. I did.
I don't see an ice ghost for Bliss. Okay, it's in the statue.
Is it?
I don't see it.
It's out of bounds.
He has no ice. He has to go to the left to get it. He doesn't have ice. Oh no.
Oh no. That is unlucky. Bliss still
got pretty good.
He's only got
left.
3 boos left, which is actually pretty good because now you don't have to chase them around. They'll chase after you.
Nice. Kai's already done though.
Yeah, Kai with the 1 cycle, and that's what we were. Another still. He's
There's
missing
4.
1.
Oh my goodness.
Kai has taken the lead. All because of RNG.
Commentator's curse. I shouldn't have said it.
I should know better. I should know better. But that's what, yeah, it's the ice spawn going out of bounds is very uncommon. It's only happened to me a handful of times, and every time it's like, oh no, you just know. It's like there's nothing you can do about it. It's just unlucky, and you have to deal with it.
Yeah, we saw in an earlier race, it was like hiding behind the unicorn in the statue, and it was there, but we couldn't see it, so I just thought it was that again, but no.
Still a tight match, though. I mean, one person gets a bad Grimly, and one person gets an Instagram, then there you go, tied up again.
Yeah, I do think you want to be ahead going into Area 4, because, you know, it gives you just a little bit of leniency. Missing stuff in Area 4 costs a lot of time, but knowing that you can, like, maybe equalize it with really good play later on. Let's see, like 41-30 Kai got into... Oh wait, Bliss doesn't have his number captured, so we can't compare him directly.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened with that, but pretty early on, it just kind of disappeared, and it's just black now. There is no time.
If they truly are synced, then this is really close.
And so now to start Area 4, we got to go all the way back up to where we just beat Bulosis. And when we go to unlock that area door, lightning strikes and a blackout hits the mansion, and it's actually quite scary. I mean, as speedrunners, we know the paths how to not get scared by ghosts, but if you do other categories like max percent or all gems, you need to navigate the mansion during the blackout, and it is genuinely terrifying. I never like blackout, having to go around the mansion. It's not fun.
Yeah, one of the things of PAL version is that it actually makes everything in like the screen darker, so the darkness is darker and you honestly can't see anything.
Oh man, yeah, no. That's a no for me.
Yeah. Kai opting not for sidestep. Bliss probably didn't either.
I don't think so. They can't pause their speed run. It invalidates their run. I think they might, but I hope to see them both attempt Pythag skip, which it's a very swag strat in the parlor where you cut across the close side of the table instead of walking around it. Let's see if Kai goes for it. He's gonna
No,
opt for
actually.
walking around.
That is the main benefit of not using sidestep, is being able to do that. Can't hear Grimly. Is he ready? Oh, there he
Ooh,
is.
pretty fast. Ooh, and Bliss getting that Pythag skip. Love to see it. Okay, Bliss, we need a good Grimly.
Grimly not believing. Not
It
too
was
bad.
okay. Yeah, it was okay. Definitely not helping Bliss get ahead, but I think I've only seen people get like someone get like a 50-second Grimly, and it's just like, wow. It is a true RNG ghost.
Yeah, a part of me wants to get a really bad one on a bad run just so I can say I had the worst. But
Yeah.
I don't know if I could deal with that because I know it would happen again.
All right. Breaker
Kai
Boo.
not setting. Oh, there he goes. I say, gotta set that up for the tech skip. So he is going for it. Will he drag? He's going for the attack. Didn't get it.
No charge.
But...
And there was still
mouse.
there was a mouse there still. Wow.
I think he's dragging. I don't know if it's enough though.
Yeah, he
No.
got some really early double cackles, and that's gonna throw the whole thing off. It's that tight with this boo.
What the frick was that? I haven't seen a mouse in that room ever.
No, I don't think I have. Oh, Bliss also getting some double cackles.
Dragging him back though. No, neither runner. Both of them lost it around the same too. I think it was about 50 for each. 40 to 50.
We'll see if they both get blessed with the good RNG, the rare RNG of...
Oh, guy went high.
Ooh, this cellar is not good for Bliss.
Kai had to find that boo for a long time too, so neither of them having a really good cellar.
So let's see if Kai gets blessed with good RNG here. Is he going to look for it? It came back! Wow, that's very rare.
Way higher health than I thought, but that's easy 2-cycle.
And with that, that's going to put Kai comfortably in the lead here. That's got to be... I don't know the actual percentage of it. Some people say it's about 90% not coming back to 10% coming back, but it's very rare that boo goes back to breaker.
Bliss didn't get it. Wow.
Yeah, I always get excited when breaker boo comes back, because it's like, oh, thank you. I love you, boo. Thank you. You're so nice.
Bliss not being blessed. So what's the play here? You think he's gonna mirror warp out of armory room and try to go for it again?
So I guess, yeah, if he... Well, he would have to clear pipe room.
Which isn't that bad.
I guess the boo's only at 40, so it's definitely faster than going for Van Gore boo, so maybe he would. I think if I was at Bliss's level, I would go for it. But who knows? Maybe he might forget. We don't know.
The real time trade-off is if you don't find the breaker boo first, because then you have to scare off the pipe room boo.
Now
I also feel like, you gotta claw your way back if you know you're behind. I don't know if he knows he's behind. Some people don't watch the restream.
Yeah, that's too much pressure for me personally. So I can't watch, but I know some people really, they just need to know. They're like, okay, I'm gonna do this strat now that I'm behind, right?
Because honestly, the run hasn't been tragic for either of them. It's been a really good, solid performance. So I'm not sure if you'd expect the other person to be ahead.
Bliss gonna go for the soldier's double. He needs it.
Good pattern. Both of them together.
Ooh, and that is gonna save... Ooh, and Kai actually drops the green soldier.
Wow.
So it looks like Bliss is ahead, but we know he's down a boost, so... But that's definitely gonna help Bliss out. Now we burn these shy guys into oblivion.
No 6-piece on the roof from either runner. Just been seeing that a lot in the tournament.
Let's see if any of these runners can get the very swag clip here where you don't stumble if you element at the right time. Bliss, unfortunately, no skip, no stumble skip. Let's see if Kaii. No Kaii as well. So now we've got Armory coming up. A very tricky room. Bliss might go for the 5-piece. I'm not sure if he's confident enough in that. Oh, it looks like he's going for it.
Something fancy. Oh, I didn't get burnt.
Yeah, it's a risky
Lost one of
strat.
them. I think you gotta burn some people here.
Yeah, and lucky for him. Yeah, he still is able to get a triple because the trash ghost comes right back. Looks like Kaii had a little bit of trouble too. I'm not sure. Seems a little slower.
I'm not sure. I was so engrossed with the right side of the screen.
Now,
Excellent
Armory
attack.
Boo. This room is also quite laggy, like Lydia's room, so you really need to watch your pumps and watch the HP. You can't just let the muscle memory take over. And Bliss, it looks like he's going to go for Breaker Boo. He's going to clear Pipe Room. And he's going to go for it. So you'll see Kaii warp out here with a save. And Bliss mirror warp out.
I thought he was gonna bonk on that boo when it went north.
Now I know Bliss, I'm pretty sure Bliss knows King Boo 1 cycle. I'm not sure about Kaii. I'm sure he's at least attempted it, but I'm not sure if he's consistent with it. So it would be quite thrilling if it came down to King Boo.
And that's definitely the kind of thing, like, you know, knowing you're ahead might need the 1 cycle versus, I feel confident, but I'm just not going to go it to play it safe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to clear the room later.
Yeah, if Bliss had known the triple setup for Pipe Room, that would have been really convenient for him here, because icing these guys, these grabbers, is a little annoying.
Yeah, Bliss not 100% runner, so probably hasn't cleared this room many times.
Ooh, he almost had that backup double there, but... And Kaii just gonna walk out of here, getting scared along the way, but...
Kai's gonna get so much time back here.
Oh, and
the right
there's
guy,
the break. There's the Breaker Boo. And Weston. Let's see if Kaii can get him stuck in the campfire here. He's free. He's running around.
He actually moved pretty nicely, but Weston, that's how it goes.
But Weston. Let's see if Bliss gets it.
Oh, he didn't think he had the melt.
Yeah, he was scared about getting hit by the ice there. So now actually... Oh, never mind. I was going to say, I think he has to...
A little bit of a...
And Kaii finding that boo.
Pearl's nearby for Kyle. Oh, never mind. Luigi found one. He always finds one. I want that guy to go up. I'm not sure if he got double cackles. He looks good.
And with that 1 cycle...
Bliss's boo's really high. Preparing for the worst, yeah.
And with that 1 cycle, Kaii is confidently in the lead here now. going into Van Gore.
It's still so close.
A bad Van Gore, and they can tie it up. A bad King Boo. That's all that's left now. Now, I always loved the Van Gore fight. I love getting each triple is so satisfying. It's one of my favorite fights. It actually might be my favorite portrait ghost of the game, just because you do the whole triples and it just feels really good, and then you shout Zuta lore if you do it perfectly, and you capture Van Gore.
And I think he usually has music on Japanese. I know a lot of rooms fail to load their music in, but I think this one usually gets it.
I have had a case where there was no music here, and it was very eerie.
Yeah,
I did not like
every
it.
single time in any room where it's gone. It took me a long time to get used to ballroom being silent.
Yeah, that's something they added in English. I always forget about that one.
Yeah, it's unique too. Like, it's not reused music, it's weird. Just watching with bated breath.
And those grabbers, I would say they're the harder ones because their hearts kind of float up and down, so you really need to time when you flash them at a good time, or else you'll kind of miss the triple.
Yeah, I feel like depending on how good you are at the game and like at what point you're in. Oh nope, no triple there. I was gonna say some of those are harder than others, and like it changes. It's not like, oh yeah, the grabber goes
Ooh.
the banana.
This is giving Bliss the time he needs to catch up.
It's like when I started out, grabber goes through the hard part. Now it's the garbage can goes. Bliss got the triple.
Bliss gets a pretty decent triple here, closing that gap. And no one's going to be getting Van Gore Boo here because they've both got 40 boos. They're just going to walk right out. Ooh, and Kaii with a little bit of a slower suck up.
It is actually going to come down to King Boo.
Oh, yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Bliss is only about 10 seconds behind. Wow. Okay.
I think in the post-game interview, like, it would be amazing if one person knew how close it was and the other one didn't.
Yeah, someone's got to know. Someone's got to be telling them.
I feel like I think I would watch. I think I would watch in a match that I knew was going to be like this competitive.
Yeah, they're one room apart going into King Boo.
Oh, very scared. What are those called?
I think they're called Sparks.
Yeah.
I think that's actually the name.
Down.
Now, I guess we'll see if Kaii. Yeah, the one cycle in this situation is very scary because if your timing's off, you can soft lock, and that's it. Even if you were ahead and you don't get the one cycle, that's just game over, run over.
I haven't seen a successful one cycle in the tournament yet, I think. Unless like one of the, I think I didn't watch Pablo's match. I'm not sure if Pablo got it.
I think Hopeless actually might have gotten it in his run.
Successfully get one. Really?
I think he might have, and it was a good one too. Is optimal where he goes to the right and he stays low instead of going to the house. But it is, oh boy. Now, always me when I'm on a good run, my heart and my hands are shaking here. I'm just like, don't freak out. Just do it. Just do it, man. Just, you know what to do. Just do it right.
Yeah, hopefully the runners have been properly synced together. Like, the timers it might come down to whatever they got, like, on the timer.
Mm-hmm.
Visually, it might not be as close. That insta-shot setup, it's so far to the right for me. Kaii not going for 1 cycle.
Yeah, just a regular 2.
Good
Bliss.
suck up so far, though.
Bliss needs it. If he knows he needs it. He's going for it.
King Boo is.
Oh,
in the
he's
right
getting
spot.
it. Oh,
He lost a lot of damage there.
Yeah, I think that's enough to not get it. Yeah.
And the pillar.
Mm-hmm.
And the sub 200 health.
Yeah.
That's headed on backwards, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I can still miss. Oh!
Oh my gosh.
Bliss is gonna get out first, but Kaii has less HP.
Yeah, Bliss has 140.
He's gonna get the long cycle. He didn't bounce him up and down, right? He's gonna take forever. Oh my god. Bliss might win.
Oh my. And Bliss takes it. Bliss takes it. It came down to the very end. Wow.
Wow.
They were like 10 seconds apart the entire time. And it came down to King Boo. And if Kaii had... Oh, wow, man.
So Bliss ended in the race channel at 59:53, and Kai's timer is 59:54.
GG's.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think we gotta get those both of them in for a call, yeah.
Hey.
Bliss, hello.
Yo.
What a run. What a race. That was insane.
I did not deserve that, bro. I didn't deserve it. I didn't. Fudge. That's what, yeah. I didn't deserve that.
You guys were neck and neck like since the beginning, and it was like seriously, I didn't know the whole time who was gonna win. Oh, and Kaii has joined us now too.
Did y'all know that it was that close?
I did. I was listening to the commentary until I dropped Breaker Boo.
I did almost the entire race. I was listening.
Yeah, you two were neck and neck, and I came in expecting it to be very close, but I didn't expect it to be this close. Oh my.
I got really nervous when that Mulan happened.
Because you knew you were ahead after that, yeah.
Because I saw his unfortunate out of bounds ice, and then I get that, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, it was...
You're playing really well, though, Kaii.
It's funny, I was making a lot of mistakes earlier on, and I'm so dumb. Why did I do that?
Yeah, I thought you had the King Boo.
I know, I thought I had more room before Pillar would stop me from moving up, but I guess I didn't, and that's what stopped me from getting out of the ice.
Jeez. Thank you guys for commentating. That was fun to listen to while we
This
raced.
was such a fun race.
Hell yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Because I think we enjoyed commentating, so...
I was a little sad about that mouse. I didn't expect that.
Oh yeah, you had break.
Oh
Nice.
yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I don't think I've seen that too often. I guess you were too far on the right or something, and it spawned right as you cleared it. It was really weird.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how it works, but it can spawn near the same room clears, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like a 2-frame or something like that. That's possible. Or something. Yeah. There's some weird instance with it.
I don't think I've seen a race this before.
What was your final time, Bliss?
I have no clue.
It was a.
I started my
watched after I
timer
finished.
after the cutscene in Parlor, so my whole timer was messed up.
It was a 48. So we-
59-48.
Yeah,
59-48, okay.
yeah, we were that close.
Yeah, I planned to start playing a few days ago to like start practicing, and I was gonna start streaming, and then my capture card wasn't working, so I had to order a HDMI splitter and get my cam link to work as a capture card. So I thought I was gonna have to forfeit because it wasn't gonna come in time, but I ended up getting it, and then just today I did a run, and I was like, okay, guess we're gonna do it. And I kept questioning the whole race whether or not I forgot something because I just have been not playing for months, but jeez.
Like with Parlor, like I knew that there was something in the cloth, and I still went to the left after the decoy. Like I don't know what that.
Good call on clearing the pipe room to get the breakthrough again.
Thank you. Yeah, I actually, I don't think, like, I took a wild guess and went bottom right. I've never done that before, and he just happened to be there. That was super lucky.
Game of inches, seconds.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah. But if anyone thinks they can't get a sub hour, watch that race.
But yeah, GG's. This was. Oh man, I just love races that are so close like that. And I said at the beginning, it's like all it takes is one person to be on their game and one person to have to not exactly be on their game, and that's it. And whew, came down right to the last second.
Well, I mean,
feel like-
even at Boo release, I was like 30 seconds behind already or something. I like 20 probably, but
Yeah, because you didn't get ER, right?
I didn't get ER, and I messed up 6-piece, but I got the backup,
Oh, okay.
and I missed a double. I almost missed 2 doubles, too.
Jeez. Well, again, dude, you've come a long way. I honestly, if I'm being very frank with you, I wasn't expecting you for it to be that close. I thought I was going to be like a minute ahead, but
I know, that's what I thought too. I was like, I'm gonna lose about a minute and a half. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, man, you're doing great. And thank you, Polar and Spud, for the commentary. It was
Of course.
really appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thank you. That's very nice of you. Thank you.
Well, I got nothing else to say.
me neither.
GG.
GG's. And
I was happy just getting a sub hour on that.
yeah, sub one's always a good feeling. All right. So I guess we'll start wrapping things up. I know we have another race between, I think it's HD Lax and Mega Lightning. I think that's this Thursday, 6 p.m. if my memory serves me right. I don't have the page up or anything, but yeah. So if you liked what you were seeing, you can tune in then. It'll be on one of the SpeedGaming channels. I'm not sure which yet. But yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks for tuning in.
All of round 2 is going to get scheduled soon, so lots more Luigi in the future.
The Summer of Luigi.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah. Thanks everyone.
Thanks.
Thanks for watching.
Good night.